Hi, my name is Cam Smith with ISN reporting for Saturday, November the 23rd from Pioneer Park in Nanaimo. Thank you for tuning in.
The month of November is playoff time in the Bccfa, and Saturday marked the kickoff for the Peewee and Junior Bantam 12-man provincial semifinals in Nanaimo. Two local Nanaimo football clubs recently qualified to play in this year's semifinals, and with that get the rare opportunity to play in front of their local fans with a chance to move on and play in next week's provincial championship in Langley. The 11-0-1 VMFL Peewee champion Coquitlam Wolfpack brought their stingy defense to the island to face a 6-2 Nanaimo Bomber squad that has impressed opponents all season long with their efficient play on both sides of the ball. In junior Bantam action, the 10-2 White Rock Titans roll into town, coming off an upset win over the division-leading Cloverdale Cougars. They will face a well-coached 7-2 Nanaimo Southside dog team that won the Bccfa Island Championship a few weeks ago in convincing fashion over a strong Victoria Spartans club. This should be an exciting doubleheader of football. First up, Bombers Wolfpack on ISN. Wolfpack driving early. There's third snow. He has a snap right over to Gavin Walker. He's looking for the end zone, but here comes Ethan Crampy out of nowhere, saving the touchdown with a beautiful tackle. And that would set up this nice run to the right side by Jasper Barron. He takes this one to the end zone, put it on the board. Coquitlam Wolfpack up early. They would make the 2-point conversion. That makes it 8-0 Wolfpack. The Nanaimo Bombers are driving about midfield. Look out in the middle. Here comes Mazula, the big man, in for the tackle. That is a beauty. This is a quick young man. And you gotta love this little dance he's got going on. A little shimmy shake, little touch of cleats. That a boy. And the Bombers trying to go to the outside, but this defense is just relentless. Luke Banks with a big tackle for loss. That is some quick speed on the outside. Shuts that down. And that would shut down the Bombers' drive. And then the Wolfpack, they're driving deep again, and the ball goes to Eden in a Lequie. And I'll tell you what, this young man fumbles into the end zone, put that one on the board. Wolfpack, second touchdown of the game for this squad, and the 2-point conversion is good, 16-0 early on in this semifinal matchup. And into the second quarter, Wolfpack continuing to pressure Tyler Christie with the ball, but he is stopped dead in his tracks by Jesse Roseski of the Bombers with a great tackle. And the Wolfpack continuing with their ground assault, giving the ball to Tyler Christie right up the gut, but the ball comes out, and there is Braden Lombardi with the fumble recovery. The Nanaimo Bombers getting the ball back. That is a beauty right there. But the Bombers would go 3-and-out on their drive, and that would set up the Wolfpack deep in Nanaimo territory, and that is Theron Snow, and that is a rollout, and look out, he is looking for his man in the end zone, and there's Gavin Walker for the touchdown. Put that on the board. That's a great set of hands right there, and a beauty dance to go with it. But the 2-point conversion would fail, but that would still make it 22-0. Wolfpack all over the Bombers in the first half of football. Second half underway. Coquitlam driving once again. This ball goes over to Jasper Barron. He goes to the left side. He is met by Nathan Fraser, rips the ball out, and that is a scoop up right there by Ethan Crampy, and he is going to take this down to 50, 40. This man is running all the way, 30, down to the 20, down to the 10. That is a fantastic run for these Bombers. They are back in it. That is 22-6. There is a big slam, big spike. You gotta love that. And then it's the Wolfpack turn with the ball. That is Theron Snow. He puts this ball up deep, and that is right to Xavier Murray, and he is caught by Ben Steven. But that is a fantastic throw and an even greater catch by this young man. But the Coquitlam drive would stall, and that puts the Bombers on offense. But look on the left side of the defense. That is Mazula at D-end. He comes flying out, shot out of a cannon, and he tackles Ashton Reed, who has no chance in the backfield. That is a huge play by this young man. Into the fourth quarter we go, 22-6, Wolfpack. Braden Lombardi under shotgun. He puts this ball up. That is for Carter Hall, but ripping the ball out is Gavin Walker, and look at him, he's going all the way. That's a 33-yard interception return for a touchdown for this young man. You gotta love that. That's a beauty. And Coquitlam would go for 2, and off the boot of Gavin Walker, they would make it. That makes it 30-6. Wolfpack early in the fourth. And the Wolfpack, they're at it again, deep in Bomber territory. And this would go right over to Theron Snow. Fake handoff, and he puts it up in the air once again to Gavin Walker in for the touchdown. That is the third of the day for this young man. He is having some fine day in this semifinal. They would go for the 2-point conversion. Yes, Gavin Walker, he would make this one as well. 38-6. Wolfpack pull away from the Bombers. Then late in the fourth quarter, Wolfpack at it again. Snow with a nice handoff to Tyler Christie. This big man rumbles, and he crashes all the way into the end zone. That is a nice touchdown there, 46-6 Bombers, and that's the way this one would end. You got to give some praise for this Nanaimo Bomber squad. They were in this thing into the fourth quarter. They played a really solid game. But I'll tell you what, this Wolfpack team, this defense was relentless. They were in the backfield all day. They did what they do best. And their offense, it is a well-executed offense. And they have just punched their ticket into the provincial final against a really tough Abbotsford Falcon squad. That game is December the 1st at McLeod Stadium in Langley. That's going to be a good one, folks. Next up, we have the second half of our doubleheader. This is going to be a good one, folks. This is a junior Bantam division where 12 and 13-year-olds hit the field, and I'll tell you what, these are the big boys. We've got White Rock South Surrey Titans. They are built on speed, and they execute well on both sides of the ball. And we have the Nanaimo Southside Dogs. This team hits hard. They've got some speedsters, and they are coached very well. This should be a close-knit affair. I really don't know what to expect, but this is going to be loads of fun. Let's get to it.
This is our rock! Let's go claim the province! Stand up and make some noise! Hooray! 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 Hooray!
And if that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will. But here we go. Titans with the ball first. Alexander McCrank, he can go back, and he put this ball up. And Ronde Lyle with the pick. That's a beautiful interception right there. He brings the ball all the way down to the 33-yard line. And on that turnover, the Southside Dogs, they would go 3 and out. And now it's the Titans getting the ball back again. And on this play, they give it to this young man, Hudson Bromley. And this young man, when he gets the ball, he hits the outside hard, and he is gone. He's at the 50. He's down to the 40. He's at the 30. He's to the 20. He's down the 10-yard line. And out of nowhere comes Colton Filstead. And I'll tell you what, he saved the touchdown right there for the Dogs. And after the offside call pushes the Titans back to 5 yards, here we go, and this introduced to you, number 6, this is Ryder Quintana, and he runs hard, but he is met by Tristan Aguilera with a booming hit. That's a beauty. And then on second down, McCrank, he would hand the ball off to Bromley. Bromley goes on the outside. He kept the ball up. He go in the middle and patiently waiting. It's a great defense by a whole pack of Dogs. That is fine play right there. And Titans would go for it on third down. McCrank, he'd keep the ball. He'd go right up the middle, but he is met by Finstead and Morley Nagy. And I'll tell you what, they just stuffed the run and kept that out of the end zone. And on the Dogs' possession, they're forced to punt. They elect not to take the safety. And they kick this ball out. Quintana picks it up, and he will run this ball all the way down about the 2-yard line. That is a nice play right there by that young man. And that would set up this short yardage touchdown run by Hudson Bromley. And I'll tell you what, that offensive line did their job right there. They created space for this young man. And when you do, you know what's going to happen. And that's going to put them on the board. 2-point conversion is successful. That's 8-0 for these Titans going into the second quarter. Southside Dogs with possession around midfield. That shotgun formation, Ronde Lyle, he'll take the snap. Nice toss over to Colton Finstead. He's running down the right side. But there is Masonville Heal with a nice tackle. Stops that man from tippy-toeing down the sidelines. And the Dogs still driving on this possession. This ball is going to go right to Rocco. Rocco with a nice run right off tackle. Great space created by the offensive line. But there is Kai Nagamatsu with a beautiful tackle that stops that run. And that will set up this play. Shotgun formation once again. Rondé Lyle, he puts the ball up in a tight end. Ryler Dalton, he's had a post route, and that's run beautifully. He's in for touchdown, put that on the board. Dogs get on the board, and they will make the 2-point conversion. That makes the score 8-8 early on in the second quarter. And now the Dogs ready to kick off, and they kick this ball right to ever dangerous Hudson Bromley. He's going to run this up the left side, but he is met with a rock shot from Finstead and Jackson. That is some fine tackling right there. But this White Rock South Surrey team, they drive all the way down and give the ball to Hudson Bromley. He would be in for his second touchdown of the game. That will make the score with a 2-point conversion, 16-8, halfway through the second quarter. And the Titans with the ball again at midfield. Give toss over to the speedster. That is Quintana. Quintana with a big stiff arm on James Christensen. But Christensen, the tough young man, he takes him down. Stops with his tracks. And that will force the Titans to punt. And this is a quick pooch punt. And it's effective. This goes all the way down. This rolls back within the 10-yard line. And I'll tell you what, there's Jonathan Durkin. And he sees daylight. He cuts up the middle. And there he is gone. There is nobody around. This young man has some wheels, and he is going to take it to pay dirt. That is a touchdown, Southside Dogs, and they answer quickly with a 2-point conversion. This is knotted up at 16. And now the Titans on their next possession. This is a handoff to Hudson Bromley, and he cuts up the middle, and he takes his ball to the outside. He has speed, and he is in the end zone. But no, this one's coming back. There is a flag on the play, and unfortunately that does not count. And this defense from the Southside Dogs, they just have to be a little bit more patient. And that they do on this play. They contain nicely, and they just shut him down. And that is a great play by the Southside Dogs for a loss of yardage. And time winding down in the first half. And these White Rock South Surrey Titans, they're looking to get something going. Nick Crank, he is under center. He is going to hand this one off to Masonville. He's got some wheels. He's heading to the outside. Teo tracking him down, and Teo stops him with a nice tackle. Short of yardage to gain. That's a nice play by this young man. Still late in the first half, there's a draw play. There goes Rondé Lyle. He's looking for blockers up front, and he doesn't get any. And I'll tell you what, that ends up. What an exciting first half of football. That score 16-16. Both teams playing exceptionally well as they fight for their chance to play in a provincial championship. And as we open up the second half, White Rock South Surrey Titans, they're driving once again. And this is Mick Crank with a nice little toss over to Nagamatsu. And Nagamatsu coming in. There's a nice tackle on the play. He is down about the 6-yard line. And that will set up this nice play call. McCrank over to Bromley out the flat. And I'll tell you what, he is in the end zone. That's his third touchdown of the game for this young man. Having a day. The 2-point conversion is good, and that puts the Titans up 24-16 early on in the third quarter. Both these teams playing really well. And how about this run by quarterback Rondé Lyle on the draw? He's got blockers up front, but he runs into a wall, and he just keeps driving his legs. That's what you want from a runner, and this young man's doing it right here. He's got extra yardage. That is a fine run for Rondé Lyle. And midway through the fourth, Southside Dogs looking to tie this up. They are deep in Titans territory. In at quarterback is Cooper, and Cooper is going to hand the ball off to Rocco. Rocco is going to cut up the middle. He doesn't get the blocking up front. I'll tell you what, that Titans team, that did a great job. After a turnover on downs, Titans, they are pinned deep. They're on second down. I'll tell you what, to give the ball to Bromley. Bromley comes out, but he is met by a whole pack of dogs again. These dogs, they're doing their job on defense, trying to give their offense an opportunity. And that is going to force the Titans to punt. Another pooch punt. That's going to make its way all the way out to midfield. Durkin, he's tracking this one down. He picks it up. He decides to go wide side of the field. He is going left, and he's looking for some space, but there is a beautiful tackle right there by Hudson Bromley. Well, it's getting late in the game, folks. Southside Dogs are getting hungry to tie this up. There's a snap. That's a low snap, and that's picked up by Ronde Lyle. Over to Finstead. Finstead up the middle. He's looking for something, and he gets met by McCrank, and McCrank just rips that ball right out of the hands. And I'll tell you what, the Titans picked that up. That's a turnover on downs, unfortunately, for the Southside Dogs. But the Titans are going to go 3 and out on their drive. This is going to be a punt, but that is right into the backside of his offensive lineman, and that is going to set these Dogs up nicely. I'll tell you what, that's a turn of events. Now it's the Southside Dogs' turn. They're looking to tie things up. There is a snap in the shotgun formation. It's a low snap, and Ronde Lyle, he can't pick the ball up, and that is a turnover. And the Titans would bring the ball out to midfield before stalling on their drive. That would turn it over to the Southside Dogs. Last play of the game, shotgun formation. Ronde Lyle, he looks for his receiver, but Asher Rowling says not today. That would end this ball game. White Rock South Surrey wins this one 24-16. This was an entertaining game. I'll tell you what, those Southside Dogs, this Nanaimo Cup, they came to play today. They put it all on the field. You cannot, say they didn't have the effort. They hit hard. They did everything they could. They just came up a little bit short. But somebody's got to come out a winner. And you know what? Today was the White Rock South Surrey Titans. They came into town, came over to the island. They showed us what they got, and they played really hard, both sides of the ball. Very efficient ball club. And you know what? They're on their way December 1st to play in a Provincial 12-man championship. That is going to be exciting over at in Langley. And you know what? Chilliwack, they're coming for you. And after the game, we caught up with Titans coach Ryan Quintana and running back Hudson Bromley for their thoughts on the game.
These guys are special, man. We've been working hard since July, and we always start. Our team is always line, O-line, D-line. And these guys, they came out today, and it shows. When you can go 2 hole, 1 hole for most of the game there, the line's doing their thing, and then we get Hudson to the second level, and he just goes. We're fortunate that we have great linemen who understand their job, and they want to be there. We've been telling these guys all year, it's just effort and execution. As a coach, that there's only so much as coaches we can do. We try to keep it simple and just everybody do your job, and everything's going to work out. And fortunately today we were able to score a little bit more points than them, and we'll take it. I'm so proud of this group. When we started this, and just for us to go up from 9-man to 12-man with a group of I think we had 18 kids going into their preseason tournament. Our goal was to be 500. And when we were able to get to 4-1 right off the hop, so we knew we had something special, and then we just pushed the gas pedal a little bit harder on these guys, and they keep taking it. Everything that we threw at them, they took it on, understood their jobs, and we just show up on game day and just try to execute. We got one more. We're going to try to get it against Chilliwack and see how she goes.
Well, I've known him for a long time. Our families are really close, so I see him all the time. It makes me work hard. But every practice it's just he does his job. Yeah. Well, just like my coach said, he wants us to execute and just play our best all the time. Every play, just try our best. It was really hard running up the middle, and especially getting outside. There's lots of fast kids on that team, so it was hard to get out and get going. But once I get past them, it's great. I know some kids on the Chilliwack team, so it'll be a blast playing them. We've been here 2 years ago, so just try our best, just like this game.
That's right, December 1st. That's where it's going to happen. That's in Langley at McLeod Stadium. That'll be broadcast on VBN. Matt Macri and his crew will be taking care of business on that day. 4 games on top. There's 2 12-man, 2 9-man games. That's going to be a good one. You guys should tune in. And I'll tell you what, today was a lot of fun. My name is Cam Smith with ISN. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the field.